What's going on? Back at it again with another episode. And here I want to break down something I think is better than CrossFit, right? Interval weight training is better than CrossFit. Ryan Fisher the other day released a video talking about how CrossFit started. I didn't realize that CrossFit was potentially started by interval weight training, but interval weight training is something I want to introduce you to because I think it's better than CrossFit. And here's why. CrossFit demands that you learn tons of modalities, that you have tons of skill work, that you have tons of different foci, right? Day in, day out. You have to keep up with a lot. It can be very, very difficult to feel like you're making manageable progress because there's so many buckets that you have to fill to progress in CrossFit. Interval weight training, in my mind, attacks a stimuli that CrossFit really does by means of picking an exercise, a compound movement, where you're going to intentionally do a set of 8 to 10, 10 to 12, 6 to 8, what have you, followed by monostructural cardio after. So it's essentially going to look like a couplet. You're going to go exercise 1 for strength, right? Or cycling or what have you, right? And by cycling, I mean barbell cycling. So maybe it's like, 8 snatches, right? 8 moderately heavy snatches, or it's 8 front squats, or it's 8 back squats, or 8 Bulgarian squats, followed by a minute of monostructural cardio, meaning one movement. And typically it's going to be on an implement. So a rower, a runner, a ski erg, anything like that. You could go sled. You could also kind of take it out of that and jump into burpees. You could go, just straight up downs, which is a burpee without coming all the way down. It's basically just a high plank and then standing up. I mean, heck, you could go double unders. You could go single unders. You could do, crisscross applesauce. You could literally pick kind of anything there to get cardiovascular rocking and then take a 2-minute rest and then redo it. And doing interval weight training like that, for most people, it'll decrease your injuries that you normally see in CrossFit class because of the complexity of movements and the lack of attention from a coach when it's 1-on-20. I love CrossFit. I still go to a CrossFit gym, but with my clients, we don't do CrossFit. If we're going to do anything that's close to CrossFit, we're rocking and rolling on something that's more like interval weight training. All of our conditioning pieces are more IWT. They're not CrossFit. Now, I'm not shitting on CrossFit. I think CrossFit is great. I love doing it. But I think for most people, for the intended stimuli that they're looking for, it's overcomplicated. It's too much, right? Rah. It's a hell of a community builder, but it's not the best in the world for putting yourself in a position for long-term gains with minimal input day over day. Like, to be better at CrossFit and to progress the way that you're looking for when you come in, you really have to be doing work outside of class. I don't know about you, but most of clients and most people that are not in health and wellness, they ain't trying to do shit outside of class. Maybe you are, and if you are, then go for it. But for me, interval weight training is a better way to go with clients because there's also a lower barrier to entry on the movement patterns, right? We're not going to be doing snatches. Maybe at max, we're going to be doing single arm dumbbell snatches. But even then, we're really going to go strength and then monostructural cardio. Strength and then monostructural cardio with 2 to 3 minutes rest after every couplet so that you're in a better position and recovered when you start your second set, right? And your third and your fourth and your fifth. And the way that I'd like to implement this is at the end of a workout. So maybe I do like a more of an isometric day, right? More of a full body split. And then at the end, I have 3 rounds of X amount of strength, a minute of a cardio implement, 2 to 3 minutes of rest, and then that 3 times. Oh my goodness. It's amazing. And my rate for injury goes down. My potentiality for nonsense to happen goes down. I still do CrossFit day in, day out, 3 times a week, and I love it, but it might not be the place to start for you. I think that interval weight training is a better way to go, and I hope that makes sense. And that's that for today. Peace.